This conference
Yeah,
will
it's
now be
Sunday.
recorded.
Yes, Sunday. Yeah, and it's your Monday already.
No, it's all even Sunday night for me. Right? It's
Sunday
Sunday
night.
8.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's true. That's true. Sunday night. Okay.
Okay. So yesterday we have discussing this. We have completed
Yes. That's true.
right
Yeah.
constructors, and we are in this
Constructed.
queue.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So are you having any doubts in yesterday's class?
Yeah, I
Have
have
you gone through the
because yesterday I think because we were in a rush and today we have a chance to. I think I got some like I have your code because let me open it. I will tell you. Yes, I have some. I think the issue for me, Suya, is when I go through it. I think I was confused when how to call it for how to call it from one constructor to another one, and I
okay.
got I think I got confused. That's why I got a different like a wrong or also a different answer.
Okay, no, but like, have you gone through the example? Now you're clear, or shall I explain that this one, or what?
No. I'm not clear. I want to discuss with you the last just the last example.
Okay,
I
this
can
keyword.
I can actually I can send you the code because I think I have a I have the I saved it.
Okay.
Yes, you can see. I just text you. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see.
Okay. Yeah.
So you have doubt in this, right?
Yes, I have doubt.
Okay. Actually, I'll be explaining the same concept again. So we'll go with again the basic. So generally, you understood what is the construction.
Sure. I think
Uh,
the only problem for me is like let's say from the top when call from like this and 2 and 3
okay.
I think my issue is I think it will go to call employees 33 into A into B. It will call this one, and I think that's what I understand. And then it will call.
Don't worry about it. So what I'll tell
Okay.
you, but now you don't worry about this. So I'll tell you the normal flow that what we are discussing in the last minute, right? M1,
Okay.
M2. So then we'll compare with this, right?
Sure.
So don't worry about this topic right now. This
Okay.
will see
Sure.
the same, right?
Okay.
So generally, your program flow will never change. For anything, your program flow will never change. Assume that what I'm telling, for example, you have some M1 method and you have a main method. This is my main method, public static void main. This is my main method. Static main, and this is my main method.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So assume that from this method, I just want to call M1 method, right? So when I want to call M1 method, so I'll create an object and I'll be calling it. Don't worry. So for example, if it is a static method, I'll be calling with the class name, right? So assume that is a static method and I'll be calling with the class name a dot M1, right? So once it calls here and it completes its execution, and from this assume that I'm calling M2 method. From here I'm calling an M2 method, right? I'm just printing here system.out.println inside M1, and here I'm having M2 method, right? And I'm just printing system out.println inside your M2. M2. So if you see in this, you have M1, you have M2 methods, and from main method you are calling your M1 method. So for how the flow will be, your first program comes to your JVM, compiler will comes to the main method. So from main method you are calling an M1 method. What happens? Your compiler goes to the M1, right? And it will start executing your M1 method. So whenever it is executing M1 method, what happened? You are calling M2. So where it will go? It will again go to M2, right? And it will execute your M2, right? After completing your M2, where it will go? It will again go to M1. That is a flow, right? So because it has completed its execution, and from where M2 has been called, M2 has been called from M1. So where it will go? It will go to the M1 again. So in M1, what is the next statement? It is like inside M1. So it will print next inside M1. So here, what is my output? Inside M2 first, next inside M1. Are you clear with this? Why my output is inside M2?
I agree with Lisa. Yes.
So first, what happens? You are calling M1 method. So from
Yes.
M1 method, you are calling just M2 method. So what it will execute inside M2 first, and from this
Good.
it has completed its execution. It comes here and it will execute
Mm.
inside M1, and it has been called from main method. Again, it will go. So this is a flow. So for example, from one method you are calling another method. What will happen? From other method you are calling another method. So what happens? It will complete its execution. After that, it will go to the place where it has been called. The same concept over here, Mike. So the same concept here. So here we have three constructors. You are clear with this concept, right?
Yes. This one I'm clear.
The same concept over here. So similarly here, you understood what is a constructor. You have one zero parameterized constructor, one parameterized two, but there are different types of constructors that you are having. So, but what is my requirement is nothing but instead of creating all the construct all the object with the 1 0 like that. So for example, I want to execute here. If in this code I have three constructors, right? I have so I'm just taking that example itself. I'm just going from my screen. So here you are having three constructors. One is 0, one is 1, one is 2 parameter. So generally, if you want to execute in that all the constructors, what you need to do, you need to create the objects with all the constructors. So the first thing is nothing but as soon as you create in a construct object with 0 parameter, which one will execute? With 0 parameter constructor will execute, right? So it will call this 0 parameterized constructor. So if I create an object with 1 parameter, so which one will come? So if I create an object with 1 parameter int, right? So which one is going to call? It is going to call your 1 parameterized int constructor, right? It is
Yes.
going to call this, right?
Yes.
Here, if you want to execute all three, what I need to do? I need to create three objects, right? So yesterday I shown. So what is the so instead of creating a three objects, what we'll do? We'll create one object with one constructor with 0 or 1 or neither anything. So now we are creating an object with 0 parameterized constructor. So when I create, as soon as what happens, it will go to the 0 parameterized constructor. So it goes here to this 0 parameterized constructor. So from this constructor, I just want to call another constructor with the two parameters. So how you're calling in this above case, how you're calling. So if you see, you have M1 method. So from M1, what you are doing, you're calling M2 method. So first is you will execute M2. Similarly, here it will comes over here. So from this, you are calling a two parameterized constructor. To call a method, I'll just write M2 that like that, right? So now if I want to call a constructor, same from the zero parameterized constructor, if I want to call the two parameterized constructor, right? So I need to use this. So this belongs to the object level. So from this, if I want to call two parameterized, what I'll do, I'll pass 2 comma 3. So what happens? Your compiler comes to the two parameterized constructor. So it comes to this two parameterized constructor, and from this two parameterized constructor, what you are calling one parameterized constructor. That is nothing but your employee double three. So now again, what happens? From this place, your compiler comes to this place. And what it will do? It will execute this inside unparameterized. After that, from where this one parameterized has been called, it has been called from the two parameterized. So again, your compiler go back to this two parameter and it will execute the remaining statement. What is the inside two parameter? So again, from where this two parameter has been called, it has been called from zero parameter. Now it will go to the zero parameter and it will execute inside zero parameter.
Ah, now I got it. I got it.
Now, and from where your zero parameterized has been called, it has been called from the main method, right? So now it
Mm.
will go to the main method and there is nothing method and it will not execute. If you want, I'll debug and show. You want
No,
me
no,
to
no.
debug?
Now I got it. Now I got it. Yes,
So
yes.
it is not required you to debug, right?
Yeah, I got it. No, no. Now it's now I'm clear. Now I'm clear. Yeah, I was because I was my why I couldn't understand yesterday because I have doubt for I'm not sure for like basically I'm not sure when to call to call this like with the parameter and when to call like a system out print error. So that's why I was lost, but now I'm clear with the flow.
Okay.
Yeah, now I'm clear. Thank you. Yeah, I'm clear with the flow. Hmm? Hello?
Mike, can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Hi, hi.
Yes, some network issue.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Sometimes I also, I
Yes.
also got, yeah.
Okay. So if you see, Chitty, better charging. Chitty, it's charging it. And I'll make some change over here.
Oh, okay. Oh, you made some change.
Calling
Okay.
one.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm trying to do call one parameter from one parameter. I'll call
yeah.
zero parameter from zero parameter. I'm calling two parameter. Can you tell me the output of this now?
Can you go down, please? Let me. Okay. Can you please go up? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Go up, please. And
Okay,
go
I'll
down.
share that, then it will
Yeah.
be very
Please
easy.
share to me. Yeah. Yeah. Actually. Yeah.
I'll put it in a chat box.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Now it's good. Give me one moment. I will.
Yes, yes. Chitty, Vibe also Eppo. Vibe Panish number Eppo.
Hello. Soya. Oh, still.
What happened? I just reconnected it.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Can you hear me? It's okay.
Yes, yes. So can
Okay,
you tell
okay.
me?
I thought that there is another lost. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can
No,
hear you.
I
Okay.
just disconnected and I connected the mobile
Okay.
Wi-Fi actually again.
Sure. I got the answer. I will type it. So it should be. I think it should be inside the 2 parameter, then inside the 0 parameter, and then inside the 1 parameter.
Okay, two parameters. So first we are calling one parameterized constructor. So from this, what we are calling zero parameterized constructor. So where it will go to the zero parameterized constructor. So from this zero, we are calling two parameterized. So first it will execute two parameter. So from where this two parameter it has been called from zero. So it will execute zero parameter. Next, it has been called from one parameter. So it will execute exactly. That's it.
So this
It's
one is
right.
correct. Now it's right. Okay,
Yes.
finally.
Well, I'll run. You can see by yourself. I'll just be running it.
Yeah, yeah.
201. 201. You can see that output, right?
Yes, yes, I can see. Yeah, 201, which is
Yeah,
right. 20.
exactly.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Good, you understood this concept.
Yeah, finally. It spent some time, but finally, like,
Yes.
understand.
No need of time. So time does not matter. So like understanding. So getting the things only. Like don't worry
Yeah, I
about time.
agree. I totally agree with you. Yeah.
So it is not required us to learn a lot of topics. What I feel is nothing but it is required to learn minimal or whatever the topics that we learn. We should be in a perfect way.
Clear. Yes, that's true.
That's it. So we have seen, I think you have understood what is this as well as this with brackets, right? So I just want to similarly tell for you super. So I'll just to explain the super, I just had to tell a little bit of inheritance. So even we'll have this inheritance in multiple times. When I discuss abstract, we'll have an inheritance. When we discuss interface, we'll have this concept of inheritance. But I'll just try to inculcate based on that concept again. You got my the thing right, Mike? So you have a topic called inheritance. This will be used for various topics actually. So, but I'll not explain the total inheritance right now. So as we go on, I'll be telling you, I'll be adding that what is that inheritance, right? So we'll see first what is a super actually. We have a
Super.
super keyword. Super. We have seen as of now we have seen this,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we
yeah.
have
Mm.
this with brackets, right? So similarly,
Yes.
we'll be seeing super and super with there's a brackets. So we'll be
Okay.
seeing this thing now. So you have similarly how you have this keyword, you have a super keyword, right? So what is the purpose of this super keyword? Before understanding the super, we need to understand what is inheritance. So inheritance, I think you have heard this is nothing but your oops concept.
It's the OOP one of the ca, what characters, like one of the
Yeah,
feature
yes, yes.
characteristics or something like.
Of
Yeah.
the yes. So you have
Yeah.
encapsulation, polymorphism, abstraction. So when you say
Yes.
encapsulation, class is an example of encapsulation where you take every variable and everything bind together. You are telling it as encapsulation. So when you take a polymorphism, your method overloading is an example of polymorphism actually. So I think I have not covered you method overloading, right?
No.
No, I'll be telling you. Fine, don't worry. So as of now, we'll stick to this inheritance and we'll complete this. And after this, I'll tell you what is method overloading. And even I need to explain you what is this public static void main, right? No, 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 not for you. It's for Daniel. Okay,
Mm.
fine. I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
he
It's
just asked.
yeah.
So it is after your
I
class.
think yeah, we are because we are in a different I think step. Yeah.
So I have to manage actually. Even I need to see the topics actually. I was taking 3 Java classes for you and for
Oh.
I have a morning
Okay.
batch. So there are two
Oh, you're
similar.
very busy.
So so what happens is nothing but I just confuse. So what is the topic that I'm telling you? I just have to recall again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So next there is a Daniel class after this.
Okay. Even today?
Even
Uh,
today,
it's same thing.
even for
Oh,
you,
okay, okay. Okay,
even
he's also
work.
doing like a one like a daily class.
It's not like, so actually there is a lot of classes which could missed actually. He is engaged with some other work, so maybe me or so there is so some weekdays we have missed the classes. So to compensate, we are having on Saturday and Sunday
Oh,
actually.
I see. Okay, okay.
Same like you. Fine. So you, what is this inheritance is nothing but you assume that you have some class A, and in this class, you will be having different kinds of methods, right? I have M1 method, M2, and you have a lot of methods in this class. And you have a requirement, assume that I have 3 methods in this class, and you have a requirement, I just want this 3 methods to be used in some other class, right? It is not like calling. I just want this same logic to be implemented in that other classes also. So I should not write as an abstract method, but so what happens when you have some particular code of methods and you want to use this same methods in another class? So it is not good, right? So instead of that, you can have an inheritance, right? That is nothing but your child and parent. For example, whatever the functionalities these three methods is having, the same functionalities you just want to implement in another class. So, and even that class may have some more functionalities, right? So instead of writing all copy paste of this, there is a like something concept like inheritance. So when this inheritance comes is nothing but whenever you want to establish some relationship between the classes, two classes, there are different kinds of relationship, like you have a has a relation and a is a relation. So we'll discuss what is an as a relation. So before discussing an as a relation, as we are in a is a relation, this is nothing but your inheritance. So I just want to make two classes as a child and parent, a similar real-time example how we have the parent. Similarly, you have a super class and a child class. So what happens is nothing but I have a class A and I'm considering this as a parent class and I just want to have a child class. So what I'll do, I'll have a class B. Extends is a keyword which makes this as a child of the corresponding class. So now your B is the child and your A is the parent. So A is a super class, B is a child class, whatever you call. So it means whatever the properties your A is having will be it will be automatically will be getting to B class. So your B can have its own properties, but like has the parents, what are the parent properties you get as a son or child you get, similarly the properties or the behavior of your parent gets to the B. So indirectly, for example, I have void M4 method here. There's M4 method that is present in my B class. So it means indirectly in this class I am having some four methods. So B class is consisting four methods. It means M4 from the its own class, M4 method from it is written in this class, and there is M1, M2 that are present from the you got this, Mike?
I got it. I think I got it. It's like
So
yes,
we
it's
see
like a
more about
it's
that.
like a super class, for example, like can be like animal, and then the child class can be like for example, child class, for example, like human, and then the grandchild class can be like a man, for example, right? Something like
Yes,
that.
yes, you can take that like that also. Something a parent,
Mm.
you may have many childs like that. That is
Yeah,
also fine.
because you talked about the property. Because in case of the concept of inheritance, so because a human being will have the property as an animal, and the man or like women, we have property different, like in different sex, but we have like same property as a human being, right?
Yes,
Something
yes,
like
exactly. Yes, yes,
that.
yes,
I not to
exactly.
give a programming way, but to give like a real world example.
Yes, yes, exactly. And you see a lot of difference, a lot of definitions or some things in when you search in a Google or something browser, right? So you see a
Yes,
lot of
yes. Mm.
examples. And what I suggest is nothing but in my perspective, I'll understand the concept and I'll tell you it, right? So even what I suggest, even you just, for example, I'll be giving a note or I'll be telling. So, but better you even go and see that whatever I have told you, it's not like verification or something. Even you just see it and see if there is any difference or any deviation that you found from my teachings, right? And even you just try to write it and execute it, right? So
Yep.
I'm telling you, even you just explore more. What I teach you, you just explore more. And if you come back with me, so this is what you said, but I think I found something related. So we can have a discussion. So it's like a healthy way of learning.
Yes, yes. I agree. I agree with that.
So here, now this is nothing but your child and parent relationship. So what is a super is nothing but whenever I just want to call my parent class method, or I want to give a value to a variable which is present in my parent class, I'll be using the super keyword. So here you have a concept of overriding actually. So I said you I'll be discussing you what is overriding and overloading, right? So now we will see what is overriding. So overriding is nothing but when you have a same name, method name should be same. When so you overloading or overriding you do in a methods actually. When your method name and method signature is same. Method name and method signature is same. You call it as overloading. So what is the meaning of signature here? We need to see. So here signature means I can take. So here signature means it may be the return type. It may be the number of parameters. It may be the order of the parameters. It may be the your type of the parameters. Type of parameters. So everything should be same when you do overloading. Sorry, when you do overriding. So both the name and the your signature should be same. Here signature means I can tell anything among this. So for example, you are writing M1 method, right? And I can write the same M1 method in my child. So your B is child, right? I have M1 method in my parent, that is void M1. Assume that this is void. So what is this void? You know that is the return type. It means the method is not returning. And if I say I'm writing void M1. So do you found any difference between these two? No. Here the return type is M1. Here the name is M1. Here also the name is M1. So what happens, why you do overriding is nothing but you have some logic in the parent method. So you want to use the same logic, what you can do, it's not required you to create the overriding. It's not required you to write the same method. But in some cases, what you want the parent logic to be existed. You want separate logic to be created, right? So sometimes you call parent method, sometimes you call the child method. So it is based on your requirement. So in that case, what I will do the overriding. So it means I'll be writing the same name and the same signature. If you see the return type is void, yes, there is match with the return type. There is a name, the name is same. Here if you see the number of parameters, here it is 0, here it is 0, right? So everything is same here. That's the reason you call that as overriding. And overriding will be done in inheritance concept when you have a child and parent relationship. So if I say int a here, I need to even write it as int a, right? Here the number of parameters also same, right? And you have some two parameters, int a and float a. Some if whatever the parameters you have, that same thing should be there here. So that you call it as overriding, and this overriding you do it in child and parent, and you do overloading in the same class. So we'll see an example of overloading also. Before that, are you clear with overriding?
Just want to, I have just, could you please go down, like, just for the spelling, this is the like accurate, exact one, like overriding is spelled as this, right? Overriding or overwriting, not
Override.
overwriting. It's this one, right?
Sorry, I'm not getting over.
I mean, I mean the how the concept is spell as overriding, this one, right? Or override, or override. Which one is override or override? This one, right?
No,
Override.
overriding. Riding, sorry, overriding.
Right, it's right called right. Override, right?
Overriding.
Okay, overriding. Okay.
So here your name and your signature will be the same.
And the signature is SIGN, right? Signature, that one. Just
Okay,
to
small. See, signature. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Just to I just want to like make sure like is
Yes, yes. So
signature right this word.
yes, yes,
Okay.
signature only. So generally, I'll be writing in the spelling mistakes. I'll just throw it in a way. Those where there will be you have a spelling mistake. So you have a
Yeah.
same name and same signature. So in case of your road loading, you have a same name and you will have a different signature, and you do that in the same class actually.
Mm.
So for example, I'll have a class A, and in this class A only I'll be doing it. So for example, I'll have a void M1 method, and this is the M1 method with the zero parameter, right? In the overloading concept, what you have a same name and you have a different signature. So void, I'm having M1 and different signature here. I can say it's like int A. So if you see, this is nothing but your overloading, because you do it in the same class, and you what you have M1 is M1, the name of the name is same, but what is the different here? The number of parameters are different. Here you have a zero parameters, here you have a one parameter. So this is overloading, and even I can say this is also overloading. I need to return it, but this is also overloading because zero parameters and there is return type of int, right? And you say this is also overloading. I'm covering all the topics that I've discussed. So if you see, I have int a, comma, float b, right? Here also I have float uh, a, comma, int b. Here, if you see, what is the difference here? In these four cases, what is the difference here? Can you tell me? Here, it will be the order of parameters because
Yeah.
the number is same and type also same, but the order is different.
Mm.
So this is also overloading. This is also overloading because you have the same name and the number is same, but here the different with the type. Here you have int parameter, here you have float parameter. So anything that differs in one here, any one differs among these four, you call that as overloading. And all the four will be same, then you call it as overriding, right? Now you got
Mm.
the clarity what is overriding and what is overloading. So here
Mm.
in this
Mm.
inheritance
Uh,
concept,
can I?
actually
Sorry. So yeah, I just type you something. So just to make sure I understand it right. So over, and then you said this one, and then this one, these three are you are talking about, right? Just to make sure. First one is overwriting. Second one is overloading, and the third one is the
not
signature.
writing. It is overriding. Writing, not writing only.
So the first one is so
Okay.
first one should be this one, right?
Yes, yes, overriding.
But the overloading, this is right? This is
Overloading and
overloading,
signature. This is what I'm talking. Signature is
and
that.
the signature is this word, right?
Yes, yes. That's what.
Okay, I got it. Thank you. Yeah, okay.
So overloading. Yes, same name, but you have different signature.
Same method name, but a different signature.
Same name means same method name, different signature.
Mm. And overriding is the same name, the same method name, and the same Same method signature, right? Overriding, writing.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Method name and different.
Mm.
So you do overloading in a same class, right? And I'll do overriding in a child and parent.
Okay, yes, yes.
And, void M1, and I am just writing something like system.out.println. Inside M1, not parent, I'm just writing, and I can make the child of this, right? So how I'll make the child of this? So class something child EMP,
Mm.
something I'm doing.
Yes, extends, right? Extends the employee.
Yes. So child, I'm just writing it as in EMP, and
Mm.
you just write it as extends employee double thing. So if you see child EMP extends employee double. Now what I can do, I can, if I want to do overriding, so I'll just write even here void, right? So assume that you have M2 here also. You have M1 here. So M1 I have done overriding, and here I am having M2. So which one I have not overridden, right? So it means your child is also having this M2, but it is, you can call this, you are indirectly having this M2. So you have two methods in the parent, but I just overridden only one method. Inside child of M1. Now I will be writing a main method. So I'll be creating my child object. C, something like new. Now if I call C dot M1, which method will execute my, it's going to execute my M1 method, which is present in my child. So you can see there is M2 which is present from employee E2, employee double thing. So I can able to
Mm.
access this method, right? It is not like I'm not created this object, but from this child, generally when you want to access any non-static method, what you need to do, you need to create the object. But what in this case, what I'm doing, I'm creating my child object, but
Mm.
I can able to access my parent method.
Mm.
This is
Mm.
employee method, right? You can see that employee.
Yes, yes. Mm.
I can access M1 from this and M2 from this. So if I call M1, it is going to call my child inside M1, because you are having this M1 method. So when you don't have this M1 method, it is going to call this M1 method which is present in the parent. So how happens? You are creating an object of child, right? So first it will see whether that method is available in the child or not. If it is available, it is going to execute the method which is present in the child. So if that method is not there, so what it will do? It is going to check with the method that whether the method is present in the parent or not. So here it is going to go and see whether okay M1 okay there is there and it will execute. So as of now, it is not going to execute inside parent of M1 because we are just creating the child object and we're executing this. So if I run this, it is going to the output for me will be inside child of M1. So I'm running the child class. Sorry. So you can see the output inside child of M1, right? Because I have created the object of child and I have M1 method that I have done overriding and it is going to execute my child M1 method. So, but from this child of M1 or from any method, I just want to call the parent class method. So then so super dot M1 I call. So this super dot M1 will be calling your M1 method which is present in your parent. So now if I call super.m1, what happens? First your parent method executes. How you call from this, you are calling, if I say this, that it is calling the same class. Similarly, super means it is going to call your parent class M1 method and it is going, next it is going to execute child M1. So your output should be inside M1 of parent, next followed by inside child of M1.
Okay, so basically super is used to call when you want to call the parent class. You use super.
Parent class method.
Sorry, parent class method, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
So the
super.
name is itself indicating, right? It is used to call the parent class method.
So okay, so super is basically it's a saved word for Java language for core Java.
Yes. Yes, it's a keyword. They have Java
Keyword,
special
yes, it's like reserved. It's like public void static.
Yes, yes. Like this is also saved word. So we this with brackets, everything is saved. So here this is used to call the same class object. So in the with the same class, I want with this what you'll do when you want to make the difference between local and you use this keyword. Similarly, this with brackets you use to call the constructor of your parent sorry current class constructor, different constructors, right? So similarly you have a super keyword which is used to call the parent class method. So similarly I can able to assign the variables. For example, you have an int variable a over here, so for that variable also I can able to assign the value by using super keyword. So similarly how the super now we have a super with brackets, right? So super with brackets, similarly how this with brackets is used to call what it is used to call the same class constructor, right? Here super with brackets is used to call the parent class constructor. That's it. So for example, I have my parent class, right? So this parent class may have a constructor, right? So assume that I have one parameterized constructor over here. So, but I'll be creating an object of my child. I have something like one parameterized constructor here. So I'm just writing inside one parameter of parent. So similarly, I have a assume that here also I have a something like zero parameter or one parameterized constructor. So I am calling this zero parameter, right? So first what all happens, I don't have an zero parameterized constructor here, right? So I can able to write. So once you are clear with the constructors, you can able to understand this. So any confusion? So from this constructor, I just want to call my parent class method. Just a minute. Implicit super constructor employee double three is undefined. Must implement and invoke another constructor. I'll tell that error why. Now I think it has to go. Yes. So from this, so this means it is going to you call the current class. So now from this child class constructor, I want to call my parent class constructor. That is a one parameter. I will just call super with one parameter. So what it is going to call? It is going to call my parent class one parameterized constructor. So why that error? I'll tell you. Why that error is shown, I'll try to explain it. So it will be a little tricky. I'll try to explain you that. So inside zero parameter of meter of child. Are you clear when I'll be using this super with brackets?
Yeah, when you want to call what's that? The parent class constructor, you use super, right? You super with bracket.
Yes, yes. So similarly, how you call this with the brackets, similarly use super with brackets. So I'm just sharing this out example. You just go through it, and if any doubts, we'll see that tomorrow. I think I need to catch.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, Mike. Happy Sunday.
Okay. Thank you. You too. Bye.
Oh, thank you.